I'm Stacey Wood, one of the team managers at Dundee Care Centre. Welcome to Carers Week 2022. Carers Week is an annual campaign to raise awareness of caring, highlight the challenges unpaid carers face, and recognise the contribution they make to families and communities. It also helps people who don't think of themselves as having caring responsibilities to identify as carers and access much needed support. This week, we'll be speaking with Dundee Volunteer and Voluntary Action about the services they have available for people experiencing or at risk of social isolation. We will keep you up to date throughout the week on the Carers of Dundee social media pages and on our dedicated Carers Week page, which you can find at caresofdundee.org. We will also be on the TV, because thanks to the Scottish Government's CARES Act funding, we were able to work with STV Growth Fund to produce our first TV advert. This advert will be featured on STV throughout June and July and will help raise awareness of the services and support available to unpaid carers and their families in the city. Today we'll kick off Carers Week by talking to Kirsty at Kingsway Care Centre, who's going to be telling us about how they're helping to make caring visible, valued and supported by working with local organisations who can help support unpaid carers and their families.
Hi, my name's Gillian McFarlane. I'm a support worker with Dundee Care Centre, and I'm here today with Kirsty McManus, who is the clinical nurse leader at Kingsway Care Centre. And today we're here to have a wee conversation, a wee chat around our future plans or ideas for working together in partnership to recognise and support unpaid carers who perhaps have relatives at Kingsway Care Centre. So, hi Kirsty, it's lovely to have you along.
Thanks, Gillian. Thank you.
Okay. Can I just begin, Kirsty, with asking what is Kingsway Care Centre and what care is delivered there?
Okay, so Kingsway Care Centre is actually an NHS hospital. We've been in this area now since 2013, but formerly we were known as Liff Hospital. We sort of decanted from Liff in 2013 when the hospital got closed down. In the building in Kingsway Care Centre, we've actually got a huge service here. It might not actually seem like that when you're driving by it, but we've got 3 wards. We've also got the community mental health teams, the post-diagnostic team, the care home team, and we've also got a huge social work department as well, which all stay up above the main wards in the hospital. So the wards that we do have, we've got 2 wards that admit different levels of dementia, the illness dementia into them, and also what we have is a ward that admits functional illness, which is people that are suffering from depression, anxiety and that type of thing.
Okay, so it sounds as if it's a pretty busy place.
It's exceptionally busy. You'll find that when you try to find a car parking space in it.
And perhaps I should have said prior to us starting to chat that if anybody wants to message us, you can do in the message box below, or you can also direct message us through the Carers of Dundee website. So yeah, going back to how busy it sounds, Kirsty, obviously over the past 2 years, things have probably been a bit different. So just asking, are things slowly getting back to normal now?
Yeah.
Normal services after the pandemic?
Yeah. Things are becoming more face-to-face again now, which is great to see because it was really unusual not to see people moving about the hospital as much as what it used to be. So we're starting to see the clinics opening up again face-to-face. We're starting to see visitings open now. So obviously the relatives are getting in a bit more oftener, and that's great to see as well. And what we're also seeing now is services such as the volunteers coming back in again, therapy, which is always a great thing to see it here. And we've been able to sort of organise events like what we would have done pre sort of COVID, such as Carers Day that we're going to have, and also Jubilee Day. These are things and concerts that we're having as well, for the patients that are here. So a lot of these things are starting to rekindle again, which is absolutely fantastic to see, because it's great for both the patients and the staff actually to see things getting back to normal again.
Yeah, it must be a real
After,
boost for morale for patients and
yes,
staff, as you say, and
yeah,
carers.
Gillian, that's exactly it. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, we're a huge team, and that includes the patients as well.
Mhm.
You know, and it's been a great boost to our health as well to see this all happening again.
Yeah, oh, that's great. Can I just ask, how do you help identify and support unpaid carers at the Kingsway Care Centre currently?
So just at the moment, it's all part of the admission process. I'm speaking predominantly for myself and as a inpatient services manager. I mean, obviously the community staff are doing possibly the same thing as well. When patients are admitted into the ward, they're assessed, and obviously that goes hand in hand with the carers as well. And we obviously get to know the carers quite well as well. And that builds up a rapport with them. We get to find out a wee bit more about them and how they're struggling and what they're needing. So the part of that would be the carers assessment as well that we would do on the ward. Majority of the ladies and gents that we get into the hospital, they're probably known to our services, so probably a lot of that work's already been done by the community services, which is great. There is the odd person that comes through that's never had any interaction with mental health services, so that's that starts right from the beginning for them. So I think what we've noted is that probably because of the pandemic and that is that we're needing to, and that's the reason why I've got in contact with Dundee Carers, and you've been very kind to me in regards to helping me out and actually trying to improve these services for them. And make it more available for them, at the point that they need it.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, what support currently is in place for unpaid carers and their families?
So what we need, or what we do currently is, and again, this is, it's probably in its newness as well, Gillian. Prior to it, we did have involvement with carers and carers groups and that, but I think I've recognised that probably that needs to be carried forward in a better way for carers, so that they've got that there. So what we've done is we've actually linked up with advocacy yourselves. And like I say, the volunteer services are coming in now, to help out. We've got obviously the social work team here have been of huge benefit to us in regards to sort of pointing us in the right direction to get the better care for carers as well. So social work department have been a great help. So I think that's probably where we are just at the moment. But what we want to do is to make that better. We want things to be better for carers, because obviously we recognise that, and especially some of the souls that come in here now, you can see that they have had such a difficult time, they've had to deal with a lot of very demanding, challenging behaviours even before they come into the hospital and that. And I'm talking predominantly for the dementia, the carers look after relatives with dementia. So we recognise that these people are actually probably been struggling for a long, long time. And it's how to help them transition through that period for them.
Yeah. And obviously that ties in really well with the theme of Carers Week this year around being recognised, visible and valued.
Yeah, I mean, just as we've sort of said that we've joined up with yourself in advocacy as well in regards to having a couple of hours here at Kingsway on the 9th of June.
Yeah.
And we've invited the relatives to come along. Now, I know that people are busy because some of them will be working, they may have other challenges in their life that they might not be able to attend, but at least it's there, and at least we can sort of have that a start of a conversation to see how we can get things and make it better for everybody.
Absolutely.
So hopefully myself and Indigo and whoever else is coming to the
Be myself and
Gillian,
Indigo.
yeah.
Yep.
So hopefully between the three of us and a few other colleagues from the post-diagnostic team will be there, will be available to discuss things that are, concerning, worrying, or help that's needed. So hopefully I'll start what I hope will progress into a regular event for Kingsway and for the carers group.
Yeah, well, that sounds fantastic. And if people are wondering what sort of services the Carer Centre can offer, it's a great time to come along and meet us to answer any questions they might have around what might be available and on offer. As a Carer Centre, we are in a position to be able to offer, if necessary, one-to-one support for individual carers or counselling service. We have various connecting carers cafes running throughout the city in different areas, and there's also access to our short breaks team as well, and that's amongst other things that are available to carers as well.
I think that's great to get it all out there, because there's a lot of things. There is a lot of things out there and a lot of good support that it's just a case of people don't know. And we'll admit as well that perhaps we're not very knowledgeable in that aspect as well, and again, that's something that we've recognised and we're hoping to improve on. So again, if we work in conjunction, we can get that across to everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah, because it is a common theme, having spoken to quite a lot of carers, that often people are unaware of what supports are out there, and as unpaid carers, many people are unaware of what rights, if any, they might have. So it's really valuable to let people have that information. How can people get in touch with you, Kirsty, if they have any questions at all?
Obviously, I would say that it'd have to be really, to make it fruitful for anybody, it would have to be people that have relatives here at Kingsway. If they want to get in touch with me, they're more than welcome to phone through to the reception area, and the receptionist will be able to get a hold of me if there's any further information that they're requiring, or that, or if there's anything that they can suggest that might be helpful. I am more than happy to take on board anything that will improve things for anybody's journey within Kingsway, whether it be the patient or whether it be the carer. So the number would be 01382 649 003.
That's great. And equally, if people wanted to get in touch with the Carer Centre direct, if they had questions and they weren't able to come along to the event on the 9th at Kingsway Care, we would encourage that as well. Kirsty, thanks very much for having that chat. It's been really interesting to find out what services, etc., are available at Kingsway Care and what offers of support are there for carers. And it's fantastic that you've reached out to try and improve things for carers. That's brilliant. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody, today. Hope you found that interesting. And again, thank you very much, Kirsty, for speaking to me.
Thank you for having me, Gillian.
Okay.
Thank you so